commented that this is the calmest they've ever felt playing a red-white. It's usually very nerve-wracking. They're amped up and they're edgy, and so we worked really hard today on making sure that they were staying calm. I thought our freshmen handled themselves great. If you look at Kennedy, we hit over 300, which is rare for a red-white game. Their distribution was really good. If you look at the numbers that the outsides have, that's something that's really hard to coach. Setters have a feel for keeping a balanced attack. And, you know, I think the other big highlight for me is combined we only missed 16 serves. And typically, you know, it's a serve miss fest, the red-white between both teams. Usually somebody can be under 16 on one side. We're pretty happy with that. So to me, those were the highlights, and there was some great volleyball, and the crowd wasn't our typical red-white crowd. They were very amped up. It felt electric down there. We unleashed the Red Kingdom, which I love to see in the student sections over there with their pom-poms going nuts. We're going to get them shirts. So can't wait for that. And anyway, so I think it was a good finish to a very short preseason training block for us.
What do you do to kind of work on those nerves, and is that something you plan on keep doing throughout the year?
Brett Haskell, our sports psychologist, you know, we've been working with them all summer on ways to calm yourself down. It's breathing, and it's playing, you know, we call with each other, for each other. Adidas, you know, we feel that you're worried about the person next to you and not yourself. So of course, we've been working hard on it when it happens in practice, trying to get him to work through that. And so it's just something we're training, just like we're training serving and passing.
Was Kennedy's level tonight better than it has been during practice?
There's been a couple days she's been at this level, but you know, I had no idea how she would do tonight. That was a big worry for me, how confident she would be and how she would do, and she hasn't played in a long time. So this will be a good match for her to build on.
What do you think of Becca on those slides, and what's her potential at that?
You know, she's fast. Both her and Maggie are really fast. They get up, they call the ball. Typical freshmen, you never hear them for a year. And I thought they both, you know, like I said, and they've been doing that every day. They've been as consistent as anybody in our gym, and you know, they get after it.
Kennedy's timing with the middle seemed to be hit or miss too. Is that one area that she needs to work on, you think?
Yeah, and that's typical for this time of year to be connecting. She's got to set Kaylin a little higher. That's what it's hard, because Kaylin, you got to set higher than you think, because she just kind of jumps and keeps jumping and keeps going, and they see him there and then think, okay, there's where I got to set it, but you got to like hang it for her, and it's just going to take some time until they get that going. But Kaylin put on a block clinic tonight.
So do you want Kennedy thinking now that this is her team and this is her offense?
That's why I told you guys, I said that from the very beginning. I said that in Chicago. It's her shot. This is her time. She gets her shot.
How come Allie didn't dress?
She has got a sore ab, so we decided not to risk it. It's one of those things that, you know, you don't want that thing nagging all year. So, which is a bummer, because it would have been nice to have her out there. We could have, you know, had 6-on-6 Huskers today, which would have been, I can't remember the last time that's happened.
Is that a long-term thing, or when do you expect her back?
Our plan is to have her next weekend, so we wanted to rest her. Now she gets some day off tomorrow. She practiced a little bit yesterday. She gets a day off tomorrow, and we'll work her back into it next week. She had the same thing, same week last year, so it's like the Sandhill Cranes, I guess.
What are you going to tell Jalen about how he played tonight?
Oh, I don't know. Jalen's pretty good. I mean, he did a nice job for what we needed, and you know, I gave him the Bill Russell player coach. He was a Bill Russell tonight. He played in college. Now he gets to be player coach, and so I thought that would be, and I'm kind of fired up that I thought of it. But I just thought he could impact those players on that side and keep them engaged and feeling good. And you saw Hayden and Maisie and Maggie play great over there for freshmen. And I just think having him play out there with them would really help them and bring energy and keep them in the game. And so, I thought that was really cool as opposed to having a practice player out there.
Can you just talk more about what you saw from the freshmen out there in their first?
They compete. The other person I didn't know, I wasn't sure about was Hayden. And I mean, Hayden looked like she's not a freshman. And I just thought she played really solid, moved the ball around, mixed up shots, passed great. Maisie on our passing scale was passed really, really well for her first time out there. Maisie's got a great serve, and Maggie. I don't even feel like Becca's a freshman. I feel like she's been around forever, so I feel like she's a veteran. And then Maggie just competes. I mean, that kid is. You don't get to be a dual sport athlete at that level in two sports if you don't have something special in you, and she competes.
Was Nicklin's role tonight how you envision using her through the season?
We'll see. I mean, that's kind of what we've been working on. Nicklin looked pretty happy tonight. She was having fun, and I've been telling you guys she could be a great libero, and so if we can get two liberos on the court, that would be pretty cool.
What do you think of a fan day today?
Well, that's one of the reasons we only went 3 tonight. I want to play 4 games, but did you guys see the line? Have you seen pictures of it? And we were here for 2.5 hours and waited till the last person came through, and it was exhausting. And because you're just, for 2.5 hours, you're engaged in next person. It's not just you sign and go. I mean, there's interactions. So the fans loved it. Some of them waited 1.5 hours in line to get through. And I asked them, every so often I would ask them, like, how long did you wait? And they said, I've been 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I said, is it worth it? And they go, oh, yeah, this is great. So the fans loved it. Our players did a great job. Nick Burkhart produced a great poster that everybody loves. And Bud's on there. So Buddy Boy's Instagram account will grow after today.
Can you talk more about Caitlin Ford and how she's being a leader on the court and local with those 2 freshmen?
Yeah, before the match today, I said, Caitlin, you got to start asserting yourself a little more. It's time to. I think she's just kind of feeling things out, and if you talk to her, it'd be a fascinating interview. What's different about her experience here compared to Penn State? I mean, Penn State is one of the most successful programs. Everybody does it a little bit different, but I think she's kind of been figuring out in the things that we are training. So she's very methodical in how she does things, and then tonight I said it's time to start unleashing, and she's a force, and she's just an awesome player to coach, and she's just so coachable, and she's so smart, and she just has great insight. She's one of those people, when she talks, everybody listens, because she's going to say something really, really interesting, profound, and really meaningful. Sometimes when she talks, I'm just blown away.
Your outside hit double-digit kills, both above 385. You feel pretty good about your chances?
Yeah, I've been on them, so that's a good start.
Is that a mix of what Kennedy's giving them, or what they're able to do with the ball, or what kind of leads to a night like that?
Yeah, it's a combination of everything. It's no different than running the football and running the football. You got to have a block. You got to know the holes. You got the running backs got to know what to do, and it's just and everything's got to work. And for those guys, everything's the better position we can put them in, the more success they'll have. But if you watch them, if we went through, you'll see how much they were moving the ball around. I mean, it wasn't just the same shot over and over. Mm-hmm. It was mixing up shots, hitting high, inside, outside, tool and line, facing one way, hitting the other way. Those are all things we've been working on, and when they're feeling good, they do all that, and it makes them hard to defend.
Is that what you've been seeing out of Lindsay out of practice during the exhibition match? She did 0.
Some days I've been wanting more. So she's been feeling a little bit of the wrath.
John, you mentioned serving 16 service errors was low for the scrimmage. What did you like and not like about how your team served tonight?
Well, if you take out the first half of the first game, we missed, I think the red team missed 4, Ani missed the first one. You take out those 5, we're down to 11. So there's always going to be missed serves at the beginning. I don't care who you are. You know, it's so anyway, I thought they worked through it and handled it really good and stayed with their training.
Final questions?
Did you need a more clear?
She came back, thankfully, Maddie. But what happened there? Is she okay?
Sometimes they run into each other. It's fast, small court, and so Maddie got popped because she was watching the ball and I don't think she saw Whitney.
Yeah.
So it didn't. She might be a little sore. Her lip didn't bleed or swell. So
That's good.
sometimes they're going to take hits. You know,
Mhm.
we're doing it without pads. So other guys, football guys, just push each other and sometimes we hit.
Yeah. It's a little hard to see if it was the lip or
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah. All good. Thanks.
These girls are tough.
Did you gain a more clear picture as far as the other blocker position you think from this?
We're gonna, all 3 of them are gonna play. We're gonna rotate them. So that's, I've been telling them that. I got confidence in all 3 of them. So like this week, Friday, we play 2 matches, so we'll rotate them.
You know, I asked down Kenzie, she had 24 swings up there. She had a good workout tonight at outside
Yeah,
hitter?
yeah. She won't be asking for extra hitting for a while now, so calm her down. She's fine. Gotta hit.
Chris,
All right.
last question. Oh,
One more.
Okay,
one more.
sorry.
I think it was 8,000, another sellout night. I mean, what's that mean to you, just even now, a week before, whenever, to have all these fans cheering you guys on?
It's hard to put into words because you never think you're gonna pack a red-white game. And so I walked in today and I was just blown away. And the difference today was, and again, I don't know if it had to do with COVID, but the last couple of red-whites we've had, it's been like a love library. Super quiet. That's a JV quote. And today, people were fired up. They were into it, and it was loud down there. And so, we're just very thankful, and that's why there's no place like Nebraska. Okay.
Thank you.